black people. It's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody who.
We are in a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody.
We are in a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
Now I will pass the mic to Miss Courtney.
I thank you. I want to just say hello and how humbled and pleased I am to be joined by the other members of the panel. I want to thank you, Sis Noble, for doing what we need to do, which is kick the door in. I said we don't need to do pleasantries. We don't need to be, timid with our approach to this conversation. It's not comfortable for some, but fortunately for a lot of us, we are groomed in a life of discomfort. Again, we're groomed in a life of discomfort. So I tell people all the time, I get questioned because I don't have a car, never have owned one. And they say, oh my gosh, how do you live? And I said, I was blessed with 2 feet. That's how I live. I was blessed with 2 feet, and I was blessed with, opportunities, whereas I have always said if a community wants me there, community will make a way for me to be a part of it. I also don't have a television, or as our aware people like to say, a television. I don't have a television. I control as much as possible the media intake that is coming through my home. So again, a lot of your views, I know you did give the disclaimer, which was definitely appreciated, to say that your views may not be something that is shared amongst the entire panel here. But I tell you, I definitely agree with a lot of your sentiment, more than there is dissension. I am the proud mother and have been a proud legacy bearer of 2 children right now. I definitely, if inshallah, if I am so blessed to have a couple of more in my childbearing years, I definitely plan on doing so. But as of right now, I am the mother of two children, and I also call them their legacy bearers as well. I think one thing that I really wanted to focus on, that we want to continue to move this message beyond this day, and something that you hit on so well, is that to be comfortable with our oppression. We have to really dig in when we discuss this, when we consider this. This is a reality. For us to be comfortable with our oppression, panel members, esteemed panel members, and of course, anyone that is engaging in this conversation, in this discussion, please be aware that things that are being said are not said to offend anyone. But what it is it must be said in order to bring light, and to bring light and awareness to these conditions. And too many of us are, in fact, comfortable with our oppression. And I beg anyone to ask themselves this question: when has anything creative ever came out of you being comfortable? Panel members, esteemed panel members, anyone engaging in this discussion, we know how diamonds are formed. Diamonds are not formed in comfortable conditions. So much to the point that to be a diamond miner, okay, to be a diamond miner, you have to be willing to submit to one of the more brutal conditions that you can put your lung capacity to, okay? Because diamond has to be created out of such harsh conditions that not even 20% of a natural population can stand it. To whom much is given, much is required. And I think that you hit it right on the head, Sister Noble, when you said that, we become so comfortable with our oppression. We become so comfortable with being pigeonholed and told what we're worth, not even challenging nor engaging in what the promise of our own being has meant. We've lost the connection with our culture. We've lost the appreciation with our potential, and we've even lost the awareness of what our own value is. Now, we can look at several things and say, these are the causes of. And of course, the main one we look at is, of course, slavery. I think brother just said it best when he said, if anybody thinks that they escaped from slavery, being okay mentally, being okay psychologically. You know, if you escape from slavery not being crazy, I don't know who. I haven't met one yet. Because when you can be taken from your place of origin, when you can be put in to conditions that you couldn't fathom, you know, previously, regardless, when you can be separated from your mother, from your father, when you can witness such brutality on such a scale for not weeks, not months, but hundreds of years, but be so bold to say that you have you by some chance have not been affected psychologically. It's beyond my thinking, but again, I'm no expert in that field. What I am is someone who attempts to gain wisdom from every situation that I've ever endured. I am a published author. I am a former elected official. I held the title of being the youngest elected official in my community in Coconut Grove, Miami, Florida. I was very proud to hold that position for 2 years prior to resigning and moving back here to Georgia, where I currently reside. And again, come from a line of legacy bearers, as my grandmother was the first African American and the first female elected mayor of Daytona Beach, Florida. Both parents, social workers, community committed. And even right now, I sit at, you know, on the shoulders of greatness with my sister, who is here in Atlanta and was just awarded the Oprah Winfrey Grant to continue her efforts with homeless and eviction fighting in advocacy activism in Austell, Georgia. So, you know, as we move through life, we must continue to realize that everything that happens is by no way a coincidence, but in some elevated appreciation and understanding is an opportunity to connect us. Because no matter where we come from, nor where we reside, there is something very key about the connection that we have to one another. And in some instances that makes us vulnerable, we feel. In some instances that makes us ashamed, we feel. In some instances that makes us downright discouraged, we feel. But in all instances, there is an opportunity to learn from those connections. There's an opportunity to learn from those relationships. And this is what I offer at this point in time. We are at a critical point in our existence. I think once again, Sister Noble, you hit it right on the head when you said that, you know, you hit a certain time in your life where you really start to question your purpose. You really start to question, well, what is it that I thought of previously? And how has that changed? It was said, if you think the same way you did 10 years ago, you've experienced no growth. Well, I'm here to tell you, I definitely think a lot differently than I thought 10 years ago. A decade ago, I was a married woman on the end of my marriage, but not knowing, but a married woman on the end of my marriage. I was a very aware but still very self-involved individual. And I was just newly becoming a mother for the second time in my lifetime. So we fast forward 10 years later, a decade later. I'm divorced, single and celibate for the past 6, and realizing that being aware is nothing if you're not applying what you are aware of. This is the corner that I feel so many of us are needing to turn. This is the shift. And as we are headed into 2021 in just a matter of days, and again, I don't know what all the practices are the other esteemed members of the panel are, but I do practice and acknowledge Kwanzaa. So I will say happy Ujima. This is the day for collective work and responsibility. So this is our 3rd principle. We are 3 days in now to Kwanzaa. But ending with this week being, of course, the last day being Imani, being faith. And it will be the day that we welcome in 2021. It is time for us as a people, as a culture, as a community, and as a diaspora to ask the question, when we make this shift, as this shift is happening, because it is happening, where are we turning towards? Where are we headed towards? Are we headed towards understanding and appreciating what our purpose is in this existence, in this realm? Are we going to still be satisfied with the crumbs that are being given? I'm going to close my time with just, I'm a student of Malcolm X. I make no qualms about it or no hiding about it. And, something that Malcolm X just always has resonated with me. I don't know what is that Taurus energy. My mother is a Taurus. My daughter is a Taurus. My ex-husband was a Taurus, is a Taurus rather. But the fact of the matter is this: if we aren't willing to achieve that next level by any means necessary, you need to question what you've been doing these previous years. And I don't know what anybody's willing to do for theirs, but I sure know I'm willing to die for mine. I'm willing to die. But furthermore, live for something.
Yes, ma'am.
And it can't just be going to that job day to day, people. I tell you, I left that corporation plantation 3 years ago, and I'm not telling you it's been easy, but I tell you every day it's been worth it. Where I could see and enjoy the sun rising, and I don't have to beat to no job. And I've had some great jobs. Don't get me wrong. I've been grateful for every check that's ever been cut. Don't get me wrong. But the days when I can just enjoy that sun coming up, and I didn't have to beat it to work to show my appreciation for having a job, so I get the office going before everybody gets there. Most of the time, we as Black Americans, we spend most of our days getting paid 30% less than what our degrees commiserate and what our experience shows that we're worth. So when it's all said and done, what are we doing it for anyway? What are we doing it for, and who are we doing it for anyway?
Right.
But I'm willing to get mine.
Free your mind.
I went to St. Louis, Missouri the other day. They had Black Panthers from all over the country. No one knew about it at all. They had machine guns, recoilless rifles, grease guns, Lugers, 25 of them, all armed. And the chief of police met me at the airport when I arrived, and they were there, right there at the steps. He said, "You were violating the law." "Yeah, we're violating the law?" He said, "We're tired of our white and black leaders, Jackie and Martin and Bobby, being killed, we're going to protect this man while he's here. And they didn't arrest one of them. Because they said if you arrest one, then someone's going to die, because we are ready to kill. Black power means black dignity. Just as surely as you're proud to be white, we're proud to be black. Black is beautiful, baby. It's pretty. I always say to my brothers, I say, baby, don't worry about the white chicks. We got everything from chalk to charcoal in our own race. You know, see? Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. Black power means dignity. It means we're going to walk side by side with you, or through you. We're going to be with dignity and integrity. We don't want any more than you have, and we're not going to accept any less than you have. That's black power.